Rockabye baby on the treetop. I'm getting impatient, so I'll start to chop. When the tree falls, down comes a rock. Just kidding, it's a wasp nest. Looks like I'm fucked. So, I thought it would be fun to make some new baby Pokemon this week. Baby Pokemon have been a series staple since the invention of Togepi in Gen 2. There is one key thing that separates baby Pokemon to other lowest evolved form Pokemon. Like, for example, a Weedle versus Azurill. The key difference is that baby Pokemon cannot breed, but their evolved forms can. Furthermore, the majority of baby Pokemon parents need to breed with incense in order to hatch their wee bundle of joy. If you don't use full incense while Snorlax is in the daycare, then you're in for a surprise, let me tell you that one for free. Over the years and generations, baby Pokemon have been seen less and less. They seem to be given the same kind of treatment as cross-generation evolutions. They were super abundant in Gen 4, absent in Gen 5, and not seen again until Gen 8. Because of their notable absence in the past 10 years, they've become a popular subgenre of fakemon. There are so many talented artists out there who have been making custom baby Pokemon for longer than I've been around. Seriously, while people were making stuff like this, I was over here having no idea what a stabilizer was. But I'm a changed man. I've grown into a semi-decent artist. My memes no longer have to be dreams. Oh god, I'm showing my age. I just turned 25, give me a break. Much aged, very old. Listen, you know the drill. I pulled some Pokemon out of a hat and hit them with the elixir of life. Alright, baby number 1. It's Onyx, child form. For this baby pocket monster, all I wanted to do was to make a tiny little rock worm, similar to how Weedle and Caterpie look. By the way, I am so sorry for how the drawing screen looks at the moment. I really tried something here to spice up the visuals, but it ended up looking pretty bad. And most of what I'm drawing is actually cropped out, so whoops. It comes right soon, I promise. To really emphasize that this is a tiny little toddler of a rockworm, I thought it should have some larger features, like the face, for example. I also made it look pretty juvenile. Something I didn't really do was incorporate Steelix into the design, like at all, not even with the colors. Now, I know myself very well, and I know I'm going to have to block in the shading early on with this design, because if I don't, then I'm going to get super confuzzled when the time comes to complete the final artwork. With all that said and done, it's time to move on to the next little guy. Now this baby is actually a bit of a special one. I thought it was high time to link our friendly sun and moon rocks and give them an evolutionary relative, or child for that matter. This baby Pokemon is a pre-evolved form of both Solrock and Lunatone. It really makes them all very much Cosmog / Solgaleo and Lunala adjacent. So sorry Cosmoem. Perhaps in the future I can have a mid-stage and it's just I don't know, a stone that weighs 10 tons. I really leaned into Solrock's design a bit more than Lunatone's when it comes to design features. Even its eyes are very Solrock core. The colors, however, are Lunatone vibes only. Sorry, I don't know why I'm being so cringe today. I'm in a weird mood and I'm 2 Red Bulls deep as I write this script. The final baby to be sketched out is a bit of an unexpected one. This is the child of beloved Gen 5 icon Heatmor. You know, fan favorite, unforgettable Durant eating Heatmor. Everyone loves Heatmor. I thought it could do with a baby Pokemon, Pokemon, you know. It could also do with an evolved form, but that's a job for another video. Perhaps I can go in and give some old Pokemon new evolutions to balance these all out. Much of the design is one-to-one with Heatmor. I didn't really derive that much from the source. I did originally have the idea to give it Heatmor's eyes as well, but then I had a last-minute change of heart. I mean, come on now, it's so baby! I very much prefer my derpy king here. Now, when it comes to doing the polished artwork, there are a couple of extra things to consider when drawing baby Pokemon. These are all pretty small Pokemon, and so when drawing them, I need to make sure I'm using a larger ink pen so that it better represents their size. We had to do something similar with the cast forms that I did a while back. The Onyx baby took me the longest to polish, unsurprisingly. The line art was the easiest part of this polishing work. The more trickier areas were the shades, highlights, and even the textures. Rocks may seem very easy to draw, especially because they're pretty rugged and rough, but it's actually quite the opposite. You see, there's such a balancing act when it comes to drawing anything rocky or icy or crystal. Minerals are the bane of my existence. I miss drawing good old skin and bones. I did have an easier time with the Star Child, however. There are a lot of circular shapes and designs on this little guy, and I don't have the luxury of a circle tool, so I have to draw it all with my own hand. Let me tell you, it's not easy. It's stuff like this that is turning me into a crippling perfectionist. When I was shading and highlighting, I added a bit of light into the inside of the craters. This helped give it some more convincing dimension and also made it a bit more visually interesting. In hindsight, I probably should have referenced Minior because it's literally right there. I don't know why I didn't use it, but I guess I just kind of forgot that was a Pokemon during this process. Oops, sorry Minior. Finally, it's the child of Gen 5's most beloved favorite of all time Pokemon. I had another last minute decision to sort of spill the lava over and have it dripping from its chest. I think it's a fun way to show that this indeed is a baby Pokemon that doesn't have complete control over its powers. It's kind of like how Pichu gets really exhausted after using electric type moves. I tried to make the light direction a little more interesting with this one too, and honestly the risk did pay off. I think I got a pretty good artwork out of it. So, shall we take a peek? Meet the newest baby Pokemon. We have the baby form of Onyx, and by extension Steelix, Smolix. This little guy was originally named Rox, just R-O-X, but my friend Abyzab called it Smolix, and so I've yoinked that as the official name. Thank you, Abby. To get a Smolix egg, you will need to breed Onyx or Steelix with the stone incense. It evolves into Onyx upon level up after walking a sufficient amount of steps in caves. Next is the baby form of Lunatone and Solrock, Starball. It's kind of shaped like a star. It takes on after both of its parents in visuals. It is a pure rock type and hasn't gained its psychic powers just yet, but with enough training, it can realize its true potential. To get a Starball egg, you will need to breed with both a Lunatone and a Solrock. No incense required, however. To then evolve your Starball, you'll need to level it up either during the day for Solrock or the night for Lunatone after it learns the move Psychic. And last but not least, and definitely not least favorite, it's Laviat. This is of course the baby of our dearest Heatmor. Its egg can be retrieved by breeding Heatmor with the industry incense. In order for Laviat to evolve into Heatmor, it needs to level up after defeating 10 Durant in battle. Let me know what you think of my baby Pokemon in the comments section of this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I upload new videos every Friday or Saturday if you live in Mirage Island, just like me. Thank you for letting me take last week off, by the way. Life has been crazy this month, but I think things are coming back together again. Alright, I better get back to these ankle biters. Ow!